In the last movie, I demonstrated using the PHP myadmin tool in a local development environment to create a table. In this video, we will quickly examine the other two tables shown in the entity diagram and talk specifically about the two foreign key fields in the products table. We will begin by going to the example database in the PHP myadmin tool. You will see that all three tables now exist. Since the categories table was built in the previous video, we will start with the users table. Click on the users table. It will open in browse mode with no records showing since the table is empty. Click the Structure tab. You will see the 5 fields in the table that match the entity diagram in name, data type, and size. Note too that the user ID column or field is the primary key, designated by the key icon next to the name, and that it is auto-incrementing. Now, click the Products table. Click the Structure tab to see the fields in the table. The fields here also follow the entity diagram. Pay particular attention to the category ID and user ID fields. See how they have the same names, data types, and lengths as the fields with the same names in the categories and users tables. These two fields are foreign key fields because they are used to indicate a relationship between their values in the products table to corresponding primary key values in the other tables. This requirement of same data type and size is critical when creating a relationship between tables. If the field's data type or size differs from that of the primary key field in the other table, the construction of the relationship will fail. While not needed, we will alter the category ID and user ID columns in the products table by adding a comment to both, indicating that they are foreign keys to their respective tables. Open the structure view of the products table. Click the Change icon on the category ID field. Scroll to the right until you see the comments input. Type FK_categories into the text box and click Save. Do the same to the user ID field, inputting the comment FK_users, then click Save. When you return to the structure view, you should see that both column names are now underlined with a dashed line. Hover your mouse over the names and a tooltip box will open showing your comment. Next, in order to establish a relationship between these fields and their corresponding tables, the fields must be indexes. The primary key fields of the same name in the other tables are already indexes. To designate these as being an index, click the More drop-down icon to the right of Category ID, and then click Index. If a dialog box appears asking you to confirm the adding of index status to the field, answer in the affirmative. You will note that the field now has a silver key next to it, indicating that it is an index. Repeat the same process with the user ID field. When done, it too should have a silver key next to it. With comments added to both fields and the fields designated as indexes, we are ready to create the relationships between the fields and the other tables. Just beneath the Structure tab is a button labeled Relation View. Click it. Ignore the Internal Relations area and instead scroll down to the Foreign Key Constraints area. The constraint name is optional. but we will use it like a comment to help us know what we have done. Type F K underscore categories into the constraint name box. In the column drop-down, select the Category ID field. To the right, skip the Database drop-down and instead choose Categories from the next drop-down menu. Finally, in the last drop-down, select Category ID. This says that we are establishing a relationship between the Category ID field in this table to the Category ID field in the Categories table, which is in the example database. This relationship has a name of FK categories. Below this are two items, onDelete and onUpdate. These items are directions to the database on how it should handle the rows of data that have a category ID value in this table if the matching value in the primary key field in the categories table is deleted or changed. Change both to Cascade. This option says if the value in the other table changes, change it to match in this table. If the value is deleted in the other table, delete it and the row it is attached to as well in this table. This is a dangerous decision, but it prevents orphaned data from remaining in this table that has no corresponding value in the other table. Click Save. Repeat the same process for the user ID field, altering the constraint name and relationship to be to the user ID field in the users table. When done, use the breadcrumb at the top of the window to return to the database view. Click the Examples database in the breadcrumb. Just above the Create Table label is a button entitled Data Dictionary. Click it. This view shows all of the information about the tables and fields in the database. Find the Products table. You should now see the comments for the two foreign key fields and the relationships between these fields and the other tables. With the tables created and the relationships finished, we are ready to export the structure from the local database in order to replicate it in the remote database in one easy step. We will do that in the next video.